planned to do. Just move that interest me, and I went for it.
And tell me, man, you left South Africa when you were very young.
Mm.
How did that happen? What gave you the courage to leave home when you were so young?
Yeah, because I wanted to be on my own man. Also, I think that was the main thing for me, to be my own man and just to do my own thing, to learn and find myself in a way in a journey that I will make mistakes and learn from them, and not to live in someone's shadow. And for me, that was the only reason that I moved.
And how did it happen? Did you get a trial? How did
No, no, I think it was after Bay Hill.
Okay.
And then I had other options, and then I chose to move to Sweden, to Djurgården also. I think also it was a good step for me, the move that I made. But it was not a trial. Yeah, it was from the Bay Hill.
You spent quite a few years in Europe, in which you've seen the trend of some South African players who come back early just to say, no, I can't make it. I'd rather come and play in the PSL. What has kept you so long in Europe, knowing that others have probably, let me not say failed, but they've not made it that long?
I will speak for myself because, in my opinion, I think what kept me there, it's because I really wanted. And I knew that there were going to be challenges, especially in my first year there were amazing challenges. And it was difficult. It's not easy because you are there, you're not at home. You will go home, you have a problem in training, there's no one to talk to, you have to call in order to share that problem. But those are the type of challenges that you face, you know. But I think the main thing that kept me there for longer is because I wanted to stay true what I said I would do. Like I said, I want to move there. So now I cannot just change and say, I want to go back home. I think that's the main thing that made me stay there longer. And even with a lot of ups and downs, and I think everything went well for me, and I learned a lot. Not also just as a football player, but as a human, also human being.
The PSL, of course, is our league here at home. The coach has been talking about the PSL. How much of it have you been following since you were there?
I follow a lot. I follow a lot. I watch games, Sundowns. I watched the final also. I was watching. I watch a lot of games. I watch a lot of games, and I mean, it's good to see some familiar faces, the guys that I see here, you know, and also to follow their careers and to see how they're doing. But also, I mean, I'm South African, so why not? I shouldn't watch PSL. I watch it a lot, like many games that I watch in PSL.
Actually, what sort of impact has your brother had on you? I know you touched on it a little bit, but maybe you can expand a bit. And also, there's always been this thing on social media that who's better between you and him.
Yeah, he's better. He had a better talent than me, that's for sure. But maybe I had other strength also that he didn't have. So, yeah, he had a big impact in me, and he also. I remember when we were growing up, he used to tease me a lot because he would do we would play football and do some dribbles that I couldn't do at the time because I'm young, and I would get so upset that I cannot do that because I was competing with him also, you know, and those were nice moments also that we had together because I think I spent a lot of time with him more than any other family member. So I think he helped me a lot, and like I said inside that many things that I learned from him are things that I've seen happen to him because he's not a guy that to talk a lot. So I've seen things happening to him, and then I learned from them. And some of the things I try to avoid, not to be in that situation. But I think without him, there wouldn't be a Mihlali today or something.
I don't know if you can answer this one, but do you think he fulfilled his potential given the talent that he had?
Him? No, no chance. Not even 50%. No, he knows it. He knows it. I tell him all the time. And, he didn't. He didn't. For some reasons, he didn't. But yeah, maybe he will fulfill his potential as a coach. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What is it that
Let's
you
see.
know that we don't know about him?
That I know. It depends in what way. I would say he's an amazing guy because he's my brother, you know. But I think he's a very interesting person. And there's a lot of patience and he's strong for things that he went through. He took them because he was a guy that to look after the family at the time because he was the first one to happen. Even before me turning professional, he was the only one that he had to make decisions. So and he was really young, and he did well in that manner. He did really really well, and he brought the base in the family, and he played a father figure. And I think that's the thing that maybe you guys don't know about him. And yeah, that's very very very. That's what I admire most also about him, that he took care of many heads and many people the short space of time with the short career that he had. And, I mean, when I say short career, I mean he could have been something that wow, and it was only lasted short. And, so yeah.
I'm looking at that now. They call it black tax. Summer 2000. They call it black tax, but we know very well that in a black culture, it's your responsibility as a mark to raise a Mihlali to raise a Sanele who's coming, and a Mihlali to look back at Mark to say, "Are you okay?" How do you get that right? Because he speaks so highly of you. I'm sorry to be stretching on your brother's thing, because when he talks about you, you see it in his face. I mean,
Yeah, I think he likes me more than he likes his son. No, yeah. For me, I don't see it that way because I come from a humble family, so I cannot see it that way. It would be so naive of me to think that way, that it's a black text when somebody needs something. I mean, also, of course, there's limits. You set limits. There's so much you can do, and if you cannot do something, you will say that you cannot do something. But for me personally, it's not a black text because those are my people. My family is my people, and just like what he has done before and he's still doing today. So for me, I don't see it in that way. Honestly, I don't see it in that way because I was not born in a generational wealth for me to even think that way. So I grew up sharing things. So why not? Why should I stop sharing now?
but that wealth is there now. Well done, well done for the family. But um, Lebu Mutiba tells us that as much as you say you watch the PSL, he tells us he's a big Sundown supporter
Mm.
here in South Africa. He didn't hide it. Mihlali, where are you aligned to? Who are you aligned to here at home? And say you come back home, do you harbor maybe dreams of saying I'm gonna retire back at home? Where?
First, the team that I loved like dearly was Celtic, even before my brother played. I don't know, maybe it was from God that he instilled this love for the team, and then fortunately it got sold. Maybe one day I will be able to be a president of it. I don't know. Let's see. But yeah, I would like to come home. For sure, I would like to come home. I mean, it's an amazing country, and the PSL is really good. It's a lot of competition. Okay, with Sundowns now winning back to back, it's kind of difficult for other teams, but uh, it's still nice, even though it's like that. But it's still nice, and I watch it all the time, and yeah, I would like to come home
And play for?
for whoever that will offer me a role to play.
How long is that?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I would like to give you an honest, like a straight answer, but I don't know.
No, we